All right, everybody, welcome to session 3 of our new social media training series. My name is James Ketchum, head of the soundboard team at Edge Theory, and I have with us as well my teammates Carrie Reed on the West Coast and Marianne Howarth on the Gulf Coast in New Orleans. So we are a global conglomerate of people here who are trying to give you a leg up on social media. Today is all about branding yourself. So one of the things we've talked about in past trainings is the importance of updating your social media profiles, keeping them looking fresh, because you never know who is going to stop by and check it out. One of the things that we've talked about on Twitter, I'm going to go ahead and hop over here to Twitter, is you can actually tell when you check on the analytics portion of Twitter, which I won't get into right now because we've covered that in the past. But you can tell how many people are actually visiting your profile. And so it's always important to have your profile filled out with an icon image, with some information here about yourself, with a link to your site. And then you have so much real estate back here to cover with this strange, very elongated banner shape. So how do you take care of that? On Facebook as well, especially when you're thinking about looking at it from a desktop computer perspective. In mobile, of course, everything's smaller and shaped differently. But if you are anything like me, or your customers or people you want to connect with or anything like me, we live in an age of very cheap, very big monitors. And I prefer that, when I'm doing my work. And so when I'm on a website, everything is huge. So it's important to have a good looking banner. We'll get to this in a minute, but you can see we actually have a video for our profile on Facebook. This is our new video promoting the newsletter feature on Soundboard. So that you have that option on some of the sites. So what we're going to talk about today is some of the options out there for keeping your profile fresh, because I do not want this to be a burdensome thing. I don't want it to feel like, oh goodness, something else I've got to think about. Technically, yes, it is, but I want you to be able to take comfort in the fact that you can do this in just a few minutes, once a month or even once a season, if you think about it, to keep your profile looking fresh, because people are coming and people are checking you out, and it's always a good thing to have something applicable to say. So, or to say through your visuals. I'll put it like that. So there's a number of free things out there. We'll talk about a couple of them. I'm a big fan of Adobe Spark. We can also look at Canva, PicMonkey. You go Google free Facebook profile image creation or something like that, and you'll find a lot of options, but these are some of the best and biggest and most versatile here. So in thinking about Adobe, there's a couple of things that you can do that I wanted to point out, and then we were going to walk through it together. But one of the things we've always talked about in these trainings is branding yourself. You are a brand. Well, here's the button to do that. And what I really like about Spark in particular, but some of these other services do it as well, is you can see, and I didn't have room to scroll, but they have everything already sized for you based on the social media platform that you'd like to use, and the size is already done there. So it's very easy for you to either import your own photo in a way that you can see what the size is going to do to it. You can also, of course, use their images as well, because they have access to a lot of different free, high-quality, royalty-free images that you can use. So once you hop on the site, and this is just a quick example here in doing an image search, and again, we'll do this live in a moment, but you can search for anything by keyword, and it'll provide all these images for you. And then it's super easy to drop a text box or something like that on top of it. So this one I was just having a little fun with because from the mission-driven model, monthly themes for October. It's Project Small Wins, and so I thought that was pretty cool with that nice fall looking image and the fall colors there. I kind of turned it down a little bit and muted it, and made the oranges pop out. Of course, this month is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So the whole point of this is to get you thinking in terms of, is there something that either is going on that I can connect with, or some conversation that I can be a part of, or something that means something to me. And again, if you don't want to change this on a monthly basis, don't feel like you have to. But these are just some ideas, because there's always some big health conversation that you can choose to be a part of. Show that you're up to the minute with what's going on, or again, use that theme, that monthly theme, that hashtag Project Small Wins, hashtag Project H2O, whatever it is that's going on, that'll easily let you get involved. Thanks, Carrie. A little Social 30 plug there.
Well, it's just on pages 65 and 66 of Social 30, you actually list out all the kind of main things that are happening in October, in November, and December. So that's a great resource for you to kind of take even one step out of it and finding what exactly is going on and when. That's right.
So yeah, if this is your first time on one of those trainings, the Social 30 is a free ebook that the team and I wrote for 30 days. Gives you something, proactive steps you can do for your business every single day. It's totally free, no strings attached. Go check it out at that link that Carrie provided. Print it out, share it with your team, whatever you want to do. And we'll get into this a little bit more too, but the other fun thing with these sites is you can make up your own graphics and memes super easily. And if you have a creative streak, this is just to encourage you that you have an outlet. If you don't, or if this is too much, then kind of disregard this thought. But if you want to make your own graphics, it's so easy to do that on these sites. So let's go hop over and go to Spark. It is spark.adobe.com. I'm going to lean on Carrie a little bit too here because she does so much of this for our team. But when you get here, basically you can choose from a number of different layouts. You can choose from a number of different styles. And you can choose from a number of different, like I said, social media platform sizes to base your creation on. So once you set up your free account and you sign in, my computer has been really mad at me today, so we'll make sure, hopefully everything's going to work. Okay, so it'll bring you to your project screen, and I always have a few scratch ideas working. But when you want to start something, you hit create new something. What do we want to create? A new post, page, or video. So let's just start with the post. And it brings you to either some templates just randomly picked for you. And when you're looking at this, basically if you click on any of these, it's going to give you all of this exactly as you see it, with this graphic, this border, this text box, and then you can change what you want and manipulate it if you like this basic design, or you can completely start something from scratch if you would like to. Okay, so again, this is all of a theme, and they've got the different sizes here labeled for you, but you can change any of that you want. All right, so let's just go ahead and pick this. Why not? So once you get in, and the internet is slow in Mississippi, just to walk you through a couple of things that you can do with this. Okay, of course they've got different examples. If you just want to start over, you can just click on one of those and it'll switch. But then when you click over here on layout, you can mess with your borders. You can change where the picture is active. You can make collages with all of these different images provided. But then this is what I find so helpful, again, is the resize thing. And so right now we've got this set for Instagram. But let's say we've been playing with this and we like it, and we want to make it our Facebook profile. All you have to do is switch it, and then the ratio is going to properly switch for you. I love this, the big Twitter banner background that's so hard to size with normal photos. So you can play with that, and then once you get your size set, we'll come over here and click on the image. And this is a nice fall picture, but let's just replace it anyway. So I've clicked on the graphic here, and then we're going to do replace. And then you have all these options here. You can find your own photos. You can upload a photo, or wherever you've got your photos stored. But if you do the find photo, you can search, and it'll search Pixabay, which is the nice internet database of free stock images. Okay, I have been too specific here. Let's do this. Let's see what we get. Usually my excuse is that I live in Mississippi, and when it rains, the internet slows down. It's a beautiful day and the internet slows, so I got no excuses today. Sorry. So here's, you can just swap this out, super easy, one click, and then you can move it around a little bit, resize it if you want. But once you've got it the way you want, there's so many things here you can do. You can change the text. They have this fun little slider here where it'll start messing with the layout of the text, the font, and you just keep cranking it until you find one that you like. That was a nice one at the beginning, so we'll keep it like that. But when you're ready to get it onto your computer, you can share it here, and then you just download it. And that's all there is to it. And now you can upload it as your new profile, and it's going to be properly sized. It's going to look the way you want. I didn't show you this, but if you want to change the text, all you have to do is edit this, and this nice clean edit box comes up, and you change the text. So if you're doing project small wins or whatever, we'll just change it real quick. We need to make sure we take off the Oscar Wilde quote, because this is not an Oscar Wilde quote. And then now that seems a little small, so let's just play with that. Okay. So again, you can see how easy this is just within a couple of clicks to get something properly sized. Yes, Carrie says there's a free app. Carrie, do you want to add anything here? Because you are our master image creator for all the stuff that we use.
No, I think that's a really good overview. You just have to spend a little time on it to get it, but it's so intuitive, and it really, there's so many great suggestions on it that you can just allow it to be as simple as 5 minutes. Or if you're somebody like me that will overthink everything, this can become a project that takes all day. One feature I really like right after background is if you're doing this for yourself, and you'll notice now that you've kind of seen this, a lot of the posts that we do on Facebook, I try to include a link to juiceplus.vip so people know that's our brand, and if people want to know more about Soundboard, they can go there. So if you have a website that's simple to get to, you might just include that somewhere small at the bottom, add text just like James is doing, or again, like your own website or your own Facebook, or again, wherever you're trying to grow. Let's bring this back to social media. It could be your Twitter handle, it could be at healthyliving.com or whatever that is, but that's kind of the next step in your branding. I love this wheel where it gives you style suggestions, but you'll start to, as we talk about like a consistent brand and a consistent message, it's not things that you'll get out the gate knowing, but it's kind of fun to start thinking about like, okay, consistency. Let's use the same font every time. My brand is this font, or you know what I mean? So not only does that make your design creation easier and faster, but you kind of go with that continuity across all channels. So, just right here on the text page, if you decide not to do the style suggestions, sometimes I'll do that just to see what they offer. But then, I'll just kind of go to our own font. And I have like 2 go-tos that I use a lot. So I recommend trying to find what font says your brand.
Yes, good point. But again, this is super fun to do because it just throws so many different things out, and you'll think, "Oh, that looks good. Let me try one more. Oh, that looks good." And then if you get too far down, and you can back it up to what you did have before, it'll go in the same order backwards.
Absolutely. So actually, just pick one other random one. Land on that really quick, James. Like just spin, stop right there. So like this, maybe you like the design, but you don't like the font, right? So you just leave that, take their suggestion, and then you can still add on your personalization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it'll size the background border appropriately, and so you still got the look and the border there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And so you can see, or I don't know if you've noticed, but it's continually said saving. And so once you're done, again, they make it easy to either just download to your computer, or you can set up your own, kind of project and project folder and tag it if you want. If you want to, and that makes it, pretty simple to do. And then once again, mine is kind of a mess because I just use stuff and crank it out so fast. But then it'll save it all here to your home screen. And things are very easy to revisit and to share pretty quickly. So, Carrie, do you prefer Spark over Canva after using it as much as you've used it?
I do 100%, but that is again, it was very intuitive to me, where I think Canva is clunky.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that swear by Canva and wouldn't try anything else. What I do like about Canva as well is that you can create infographics. So that's kind of taking the next step in your content creation. Mm-hmm. Adobe Spark doesn't allow you to do that yet. So you can create business cards and infographics from Canva. So those are 2 value adds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But you can, if you want to make the meme style stuff on Spark, then you just pick that Instagram square shape, and you can do whatever you want to it. That's what we've done for some of these Shred 10 graphics that I put together. Carrie does a better job. But you do have that ability here. And they both have, like Carrie said, they have high functioning free apps that you can make it right there on your device. The trickier thing, I think, with that a little bit is if you're trying to just make something to publish, if you want to make a flyer or a graphic for an event that you have, then you have easy share features. If you want to actually upload it to your profile, that can be a little bit trickier on the mobile device. Anitra asked, what's an infographic? So an infographic would be anything, let's head over here to the soundboard, anything where you're trying to make something visually interesting to grab somebody's attention and share some information at the same time. So here's our post about our social media trainings that we're in the middle of right now. And so we've got, Carrie made this nice looking graphic where in just a quick glance, you can see what we've got going on and when it is. Now, if you then want to, you can go and read this, but you can your eye just glosses over this text in favor of this colorful image. And so, you know, your infographic, if you've got a salad in a jar party, or if you've got some speaking event or something going on that you want people to be aware of, you definitely want one about, you know, that thing, so that you can easily show it off. Here's a couple other examples here in our photos section, and we'll see if it comes up, y'all. I'm sorry, my computer, it just started doing this a week or two ago when my 4-year-old twin said, "Daddy, can we write you a letter on your computer?" And my brain said, "No, don't do it." But my heart said, "Of course you can." And it hasn't quite been the same since. So anyway, this is still spinning, but you kind of get, I guess you kind of get the point of what that is. So, you know, I didn't have a lot of other, like, you know, big ticket items to talk about, but again, the consistency with which you can keep your image fresh. You know, we've got right now on our Twitter banner, just a little bit of a graphic here showing the soundboard on mobile. I again encourage you to use one of these services to get something that is properly sized for this Twitter banner. It's such a weird size. It's so hard to get a normal photo that's naturally made, or that you take to fit in here and look good. So, you know, when you're on your layouts over here on Spark, I'm pretty sure it's here. Let's see, the layout. Yeah, so under the resize, see, this is the category for social posts. And so if you want to create a post to share, and then here's the layouts for social profile. So you've got your Facebook profile perfectly sized, your Twitter header, here's this crazy 3-to-1 ratio. You know, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever you can think of, it's all here. And so then it makes it super easy to size what you're working on, you know, for that particular spot. So you've got something easy, fresh, and topical to show off your brand, because you are a brand. All right, Carrie, do you have any other thoughts? Or if not, we can wrap it up a minute earlier. Anybody have any questions? Or Marion, I'm sorry, Marion, I forgot you're you're there too.
I don't have any other major thoughts or additions. Like I said, these are extra things. Keep in mind that we do create these graphics for you on Soundboard that are available for you to use. You do not have to go create any of these new ones. We just want to make sure that we can offer you all the tools that we have to make your brand image as personal to you as you would like. As always, we're available for support on an ongoing basis. I just pasted all of the different ways you guys can get in touch. We hope that you do take advantage of that. And we love questions. Anybody have any before we?
I did want to clarify one thing, just because we do make a lot of graphics for the soundboard, but we make graphics that we try to give you with the intent for you to publish and share. We currently are not making graphics that are sized particularly for your social media profiles, okay? So again, we're making this kind of stuff so that you've got good stuff to publish. But, you know, when it comes time to updating this kind of stuff, that's why I want to encourage you to get comfortable with these other things that are out there. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up then. And Ken, you're quite welcome. We will hopefully be seeing you on Thursday. Thursday will be our last session in this particular series. And thanks so much. We'll publish this on our YouTube channel. We'll put it on Facebook, and I'll also put it in that Soundboard Voxer thread that I have. So feel free to share it around with any of your team that couldn't make it today. Oops, wrong button. We got one more question here. Okay, y'all have a great day. Happy Tuesday. Thanks, Marion and Carrie.
Thank you.